Rainy, wet, cold Tuesday morning. Want to get you updated right here, right now from the Charlotte area. We're covering your weather as we are impact alert this morning. There is a 2-hour delay on schools. That is for Watauga and Avery counties, and it appears that Ashe County is remote only. So something to keep in mind. Probably all know that, parents of those students there. Avery, Watauga, and Ashe counties affected because of this weather that is widespread. Check this out as we take a look at Beech Mountain. You can see the snow through the clouds. It is gray and no one's out there on Beech Mountain. Fresh snow. Look at that. It's all packed. Very nice for you as we are covering all of this widespread rain and the impacts to your drive, your school, everything. Your electric bill. Majestic Storm here in the Live Impact studio now. You came down from the mountains. Thanks for coming down, Majestic.
Of course, I love it up in the mountains.
Do you like it like this too?
I like it however it is up there. I would love a whole lot of snow. I say that every time I'm here. I love lots of snow.
Yes, and so we're seeing it there in Beech Mountain, right?
Yeah, we are. Well, here's the thing, Jane. Today we have issued a weather impact alert day because it has been very cold. We've had widespread rain, but really it's been the freezing rain that we saw this morning in the mountains. So let's kind of dive into it because we're watching several different elements when we're looking at the weather forecast. So we've issued this. We'll stay under our weather impact alert until about noon today. Still seeing those widespread impacts though. So earlier this morning it was all about the temperatures. The temperatures were really quite chilly and we were seeing freezing rain out there, even pockets of freezing fog. At this point, temperatures have gotten a little bit warmer, mainly into the upper 30s, low 40s. I mean, still cold, but at least they are above that freezing mark. You can see, want to take you up into the mountains, pausing our time right here. Now temperatures are above freezing, so that's good. We still have some rain coming down, but at this point, it has transitioned from freezing rain to just your normal cold rain. And really that's what all of us are seeing at this point, that cold, chilly rain that nobody loves to be outside in. If you have to work outside in the elements, you're going to want your rain gear today, but also grab your layers because temperatures overall, they're going to stay rather cold. Most of the rain should be out of here by about mid-morning, early afternoon, but the rest of the day can't help you much with those chilly temperatures. Even as we zoom it out looking at satellite and radar, you can see how widespread this system is. We have heavy snowfall to the north of us. For us, it's mainly rain. Of course, we've been having to deal with and monitor that freezing rain for the higher elevations, but like I mentioned, that really isn't a threat any longer because those temperatures are warmer. We did get in some pictures earlier today from the National Weather Service that did indicate that some of those counties, the counties actually did receive that freezing rain. Maybe if you woke up in the mountains, your windshield was a little iced over. We had a glaze of icing in some spots that did accumulate. Even those slick sidewalks can catch you off guard because with freezing rain, it's tricky because it really just looks like rain. And if you're just waking up, you're not really paying attention to the temperatures or the forecast, it can be dangerous because that rain just freezes onto the surfaces very, very fast, unlike normal rain where you won't really have those slick and icy concerns. At this point, though, I want to take you through our futurecast. Here's about 10 o'clock this morning. So notice areas west of I-77 will be dry by this point. The heaviest rain is out of there and it's already starting to dry up there in Avery County. Now, east of I-77, you'll still have some lingering rainy impacts, but I'd say by noon, we're all just cloudy and dry, but still cold. Remember, our temperatures today, they only rise into the upper 40s to low 50-degree temperatures. Clear skies overnight makes for a beautiful start to the day tomorrow, and we are going to be waking up to below freezing temperatures tomorrow, mainly upper 20s, low 30s, but the trade-off is we get some sunshine tomorrow, so that's something to look forward to. Again, we'll stay weather alert until about noon today because we'll still see those impacts until that time frame. However, it's important to know that the worst of it is done and over with. That freezing rain can be really hazardous, really dangerous, and again, we've already seen that transition from freezing rain now into just normal rain. Widespread rain, though, continues this morning. Make sure you're very careful out on those area roadways. Becca was doing traffic this morning for the morning show, and at one point she had 30 active crashes at one time. So make sure you're just driving slowly, allow for extra time to get to where you need to be, and make sure there's enough space between you and the car ahead of you, because that ponding out on those roads can even make for slick conditions even when we're not dealing with freezing weather. Here's the rest of the morning. You can see your planner here, still pretty active until about 10 o'clock. Then it starts to taper off. Again, I mentioned right around noon, most of us will be dry, cloudy conditions, and still an overall cold day. Here's another live camera. This one's coming in from Beach Mountain, where we did see pockets of freezing rain this morning, but freezing fog is something to keep in mind as well. When we have fog and below freezing temperatures, it can actually freeze onto surfaces quite fast. So if you're traveling early in the morning, late at night, and you ever notice that your temperature is below freezing and it's raining and maybe it's foggy, just drive with caution, because there is an opportunity for things to really freeze onto those surfaces really fast. Again, 38 degrees right now in Charlotte. Yeah, just a little wind on top of it. It feels like we're right around freezing at this point. 30s for the most part. We have low 40s up in the mountains, but just remember to factor in the wind, because that's going to make it feel even colder than it actually is. Over the next 10 days, this is what our temperatures will look like. These are our daytime highs, so definitely cold. Upper 40s, low 50s over the next few days. And then look at Friday, a high of only 40 degrees.
No thanks.
This upcoming weekend, we're going to see temperatures get a little bit warmer, but you know how it goes. With our daytime highs struggling to warm, of course, our overnight lows are going to stay chilly, mainly upper 20s, low 30s. Make sure as your kids are waiting at school bus stops that they're properly dressed. It's going to be a little brutal out there early in the day. And of course, if you have any outdoor pets, hopefully you can bring them inside. If not, make sure they're properly taken care of. If it's cold for us, it's definitely cold for them as well. Rain chances, we're also watching our next system that's going to be pushing through Thursday night and into Friday. So once we get through the rain this morning, we'll have a couple of days where we dry out. We'll have mild conditions, still on the cold side. But then Friday seems like that'll be the day that we'll have more rain coming our way. All right, here's our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. We'll stay weather alert until about noon today. At this point, we're really just focusing on the impacts that the weather has on the morning commute. Once that rain pushes out, the rest of our day won't be the most beautiful day. Definitely will not feel the best either, because it is going to stay cool. And then tomorrow morning, just remember, heading out the door, we won't have rain. We'll have some sunshine, at least clear conditions, but it is going to be cold with below freezing temperatures. Daytime highs only rise into the 40s. Mild throughout the rest of our week, but again, Thursday night and into Friday, that seems like we could have our next system push through, bringing with it more rain on the way. So that's what I have for you guys.
What? Just all this rain on and off, confusing me. So Friday's the next freezing rain potential.
Yeah, at this point it seems like just normal rain right now. We're not too concerned about freezing rain like what we saw this morning. Just our next system that's going to be pushing through and bringing some wet weather.
James and I can certainly attest for a tough commute this morning, right, James?
Yes, it took me about an hour to get here from Matthews.
And
Oh,
usually
my
takes,
goodness.
what, like 30 minutes, 20?
In the morning commute, 40, 45 minutes.
Okay.
So,
Was it
adding a
because there
little
was accidents, or were people just driving slow?
Driving slow.
So
We
Which
were
is
doing
kind of good,
slowly.
but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, oh,
we were doing like
goodness.
20 or 30 miles an hour and 45 through Ballantyne. The car in front of me had its flashers on, and I'm like, unless you have an emergency,
yeah.
why are you driving with your flashers on?
People don't know.
And then we've kind of had a stretch of just really dry conditions too, and then it rains,
Right.
and people kind of like, whoa,
Whoa, how do
like
I-
really
how do I do
sensitive.
this?
Yeah, but I would rather see people driving slowly than
Than what-
driving so fast.
few
when
dozen
it's already,
accidents.
the weather elements.
That is
are
a
out
tough
there.
go. What picture is this? Is this,
This is our tower
Uptown?
camera.
oh, so,
And
Half the skyline.
yeah.
You can see half of it.
That's the Queen City,
Look at
y'all.
that.
and there's 77 near Clanton.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't look too bad, does
No.
It's moving.
it? So hopefully those crashes should be going back down. Everyone
Yeah.
getting to work and school safely.
Yes.
But thank you, Majestic. Tough ride this morning.
You're
Clearing
very
out by
welcome.
lunchtime.
Yep, I think it should be good to go.
I still
good
brought
day
my
for
lunch.
some soup. I got my soup cooking in the crock pot today.
Oh, very nice.
Good
That's
thinking.
the way to do it. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Majestic Storm here in the Live Impact studio. Time